Alright guys, well welcome back to my channel where we are turning this 1972 Corvette into a pro touring beast. This is our new custom frame that I've been building to utilize the Corvette rear transaxle and an LS6 LS engine up front. We're using 3x4 square tubing, 1.5x3 square tubing, 1.5x 1.5, 2x2, a little bit of everything, 3x3, but we got a few holes to fill, so we're going to make a couple of these little patch panels and weld them in so we can get this thing ready for paint. Alright, well there are two schools of thought when it comes to dealing with these holes. One, of course, is just to leave them open. So it's easy to get in there and clean, but it also allows lots of rodents and other pests to get inside. And this is going to be a show car, so we're going to block these things off. We just cut out some plate and we're just going to weld it in and smooth it off, make it look nice and pretty. Well, I went ahead and threw in the floor pan for clearance checking on this frame. I'll be fiberglassing this into the body, so this is not going to be directly attached to the frame. But it shows me a weakness that I had in my frame structure. I was originally going to place some gussets across here and across the back to help prevent this cross member here from twisting under load. But this floor pan is going to be in the way. So I need to figure out another way to reinforce this cross member here from that twisting, that torsion that it's going to experience. And the way I am going to do that is I am going to cut off this piece here, and I'm going to weld in a new piece to this side rail. This piece here does great for keeping this frame rail perpendicular to the cross member here, but it still allows this whole thing to twist. So by moving this over here, it's not quite a triangle, but it'll still give me some amount of triangulation, but more so, with this being attached over here, it's going to give me more resistance to this torsion on this bar here. So I'm going to cut this off and build a new one over here. And I hope it doesn't get in the way of my power adder. So I've got all these open ends boxed in, and I'll be applying some metal filler on here later. But one last thing I want to do is I want to make a couple of removable cross members across here. I've already cut this one here out and cut it. I need to do the same thing here. I need to cut this out and cap it. And then I need to make a couple of cross members that can bolt to the main frame, so that when this car is up on a lift, these things can be removed and the components can be serviced, just like a 2002 model Corvette. So let's get building. So that fits in place perfectly there. So now we're going to take our brackets and we're going to clamp them and down the bottom, down in the bottom. Tight.
Feels tight, but I don't think I need it.
Well, I get tight here on top, so I'm going to roll the bottom to stay tight. This is going to be a slip fit. I'm going to drill a couple of holes in here with some spacers to prevent it from crushing. And I'm going to bolt through there to hold it. So this will come in from the underside, fit up in there, you run the bolts through there, and it's not moving anywhere. I'm probably going to go ahead and plate this top part as well to keep these from bending so much. Yeah, that's going to look good. No, the plate is just really hold these two pieces at a certain distance, and it doesn't need to go up to the top. I mean, you can, but it doesn't really add a whole lot of strength. It's probably better, more important, just to make sure it's tacked to the main piece on the bottom, and then getting close to the top. Distance, it's not going to be welded to the top, so the distance won't matter too much. That's pretty good. I'll see if there's room there.
Roll this one first.
Let me get some more pliers. I want to go ahead and clamp this one just to make sure we keep everything great.
You should weld this area and then put the clamps on it.
No, we're not welding these together. No, we're just going to weld these plates onto this piece here, so they're removable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sort of.
Okay, so you're take the bolts, so you remove it. Okay.
That way you can drop out the torque tube in the transmission.
Okay.
Oh, right there. Now. That's pretty good. So that'll be close enough. Yeah, right. I'm just trying to hold this in position. Once I get this welded in, then I'll take off the bottom clamp and just move it over here so I can clamp this one better. And then I'll weld this one.
Okay.
So I'm just going to tack this one in place.
You want this gloves?
I don't know, I'll get the big gloves. That looks better. Yeah, I want a little lip there before I can weld in that little groove right there. I like that. Alright, let's weld it. What's happening? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna run a bead on the inside. Just help this thing stay in place. Give it a little more strength. Just a couple taps. Alright, so a couple little plates cut out of steel, and we're just going to weld them right here on top with this scheduled bin. There we go. Alright, so I got both sides welded up. Let's pop this out. Alright. Now we can finish welding the bottoms here, and then we'll grind it nice and pretty. Alright. What we got there?
The brace, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a removable cross member.
Cross member.
Yeah. Very cool. Let's stick it in and we'll drill some holes.
That one?
No, we want it up there. Let's be good right there. Give me my glasses. I need some WD also. You know me, love that WD. Alright, so I use WD for my drilling fluid.
It broke.
It broke. I might need to take a trip to Home
It
Depot.
wasn't the longest time.
Alright, so now that I've got 2 holes drilled, one on either side, I can remove this brace, and it's a snug fit. You want it snug. Alright, and I'm going to leave these alone, but I'm going to enlarge these. Because I am going to be sleeving this square tube with this round tube. Once I get this installed, I can tighten up the bolts to hold in the cross member, and this thing won't crush from the pressure. Alright, so this tube is 3/8 inside diameter, and outside is 0.624. So 5/8. That's supposed to be 5/8 there. Same thing on the other side. There we go. All right, so that is through. So I am going to, let's see here. I think I'm going to cut it a little long and then just grind off the excess. That'll make it a little easier to weld. That one is done. We're going to do the same thing over here, and then we'll reattach our cross member. Alright, so I've got both sides here finished off, so I'm going to reinstall my cross member. And I am just using regular old Home Depot bolts for this. Normally I like to use nice flanged bolts and flanged washers. It gives a more automotive type professional appearance, but this is just temporary. Good. And now that's in there, I can take my drill and my new 1/4 inch drill bit, and I'm going to drill a couple more holes in there. Where's my WD? Here we go. Product placement. All right. Just back and all right. Well, we got the rear cross member in place. I need to do the same thing with this front cross member. Cut it out, cap the ends, drill some holes, bolt it together. But I'm not going to bore you guys with that, because it's the exact same thing. Alright guys, well we're finally finished with that frame. Both cross members are in place, bolted in, and it's looking good. So now we need to turn our attention back to the Corvette body. Are we gonna fix the floor next, or do we want to do something with these tires? If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. Got more episodes coming your way.
Here we go.
Salud.
Salud. Salud. Ooh, there is no for chihuahuas.